I'll like mix it up. So if I have 6 sets total of rows, I'll do 3 underhand and 3 overhand. We'll mix it up in there just because it does hit different things. I don't have a cool outfit today because I wasn't anticipating filming, but I'm wearing high socks because I also didn't shave my legs. I'm trying to hide any stubble. So it's like week 1 of my new block. I'm supposed to have at least 4 reps in reserve. So that means I'm doing as many reps as I think would then leave me 4 more in the tank. So it's like RPE 6. And then I'll kind of keep my rest periods much shorter between these. Within the app, you can write notes. So I'm just writing in the notes, doing 3 sets overhand, 3 sets underhand, and then like the following week, you can go into, when you see that exercise, it'll be in the history so you know exactly what you did.
Really important to understand that reps in reserve does not have a specific number of reps target. You just use the weight that it prescribes and go until you can only do 4 reps, in this case 4 reps in reserve. So it's very likely that over the course of 6 sets, maybe you start out doing 12, maybe it goes 12, 11, 9, 8, 6, 5, something like that. But you shouldn't be changing the weights in between because there is no rep target. So you just use that weight, and it's natural that the reps descend like that. And also in powerbuilding, I wouldn't feel like you need to take such a long rest that you could potentially hit the same reps every set. If you're doing that, that's probably why your session takes too long. The app is looking at your your average number of reps per set to prescribe increases in weight. That varies by phase, it varies by block. So like if Marisa was in like a first hypertrophy block, she'd have to be getting to a really high average reps, like 15 average reps before it would tell her to increase weight, and then maybe 12 average reps, 10 average reps, so on and so forth.
Speaking of legs, my calves are really, really sore. Actually, I've been doing calves on a regular basis. I did them on Monday, but when I record, I really made sure I was like, I gotta get the extra stretch. Really better get high on my toes because, internet people be like, well, you didn't get full range of motion. You're not really working your calf. So I really made sure I was really working them hard. I'm really paying the price. So maybe they're right. If you do full range of motion, shit hurts more.
Maybe.
Maybe, baby.
Don't want to get kicked off Team Full ROM.
I certainly don't. I mean, Dr. Mike, Jared, and Charlie, they might not send me anything anymore.
Jared would always be shaming.
Jared does like to shame me all the time.
Jared's the one who deserves shaming because he thinks that Del Taco is good Mexican food. Imagine being a person that comes to Southern California to visit, and after being given instructions of truly legit Mexican food restaurants to go to, Jared comes back with a f***ing bag of Del Taco while he's here visiting Costa Mesa, California. Shameful.
Shameful.
What is this cool bracelet you have on today, baby?
Oh, it's so my daughter can hit it and tell me she's missing me. So if I smack it, she gets a little notification like, oh, your mom misses you.
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
How come we don't have one of those?
You want a bracelet?
Now let's get that smartphone-enabled butt plug thing that we saw. The hackers were taking over. But what was it that we were watching?
About hacking, about how the prevalence of hackers getting into phones and privacy and security issues. Ransomware stuff, yes. So if you have a phone-controlled butt plug, ransomware people can get in
and then they can take control
of your anus. It's a thing. Good thing we don't do that kind of thing.
I don't know how to verify here on camera that I do not have a Bluetooth-enabled butt plug in, but you'll just have to take my word for it.
You can't make me laugh while I drink.
Focus. For the Powerbuilding users out there who are like, oh, the workouts are taking so long. Marisa started this training at 8:57, did 6 sets of bent rows and 6 sets of bench. It's now 9:14.
Or 5 sets of bench.
5 sets of bench. So 11 sets of exercising has happened in 17 minutes.
If you're by yourself and you have to dumbbell press, use your legs. I see so many people struggling, and I feel like some things are common sense, but I just use my legs to guide it all the way up, hold it in position, and it gets you right where you want to be.
As a reference point, what is your best dumbbell bench for that rep range?
For 12, 65s. I've done 90s for like 3. Bench stuff is all in kilos because we have kilo plates for the competition stuff there, but we have pounds for the dumbbell, and you can actually change that hitting the eye. You can change from pound to kilo there so that you can keep track of what you're doing for the accessory stuff if your weights are a mix and match between kilos and pounds. Or if you just don't want to bother doing that, you can leave it all in kilos for the accessory stuff. So if it's 20 pounds, I just leave it in 20 kilos, but in the system, just make a note, it's pounds. You're going to know what you're doing because you're the one filling out.
Same thing with, do I add the dumbbells together or count one? Again, it doesn't matter just as long as you're consistent with whichever you choose. Do you have any technique tips that you like on the lateral raises? I feel like that's a very hotly debated exercise.
It is. So you'll have people be like, oh, you have to have your arms completely straight, or you need to start in front and bend. I do the kind of more bent arm because I'm able to feel it more. Also, going completely straight armed is going to prohibit how heavy you can go over time. Also, with things like side laterals, it's really hard to go from 20s, 25s to 30s, making 5-pound jumps. I know when I'm here, 20 pounds is the lightest dumbbell that Chad has because he's so strong, which for me, I can do 10s and 15s, but 20 tends to get a little bit too heavy for me. So you can always pick the lighter weight, but then just control your tempo, pause it at the top a little bit so you can make it harder for yourself if you're unable to make those 5-pound jumps.
Guess Debbie Delt's gonna need a pair of the pink dumbbells to handle her side lateral raises.
I do, that's exactly what I need. I should be setting the timer so I could hear your fabulous voice. 5 seconds left. Shorty and I were talking and we're like, instead of just doing a countdown, Chad should just like shout terrible things at us. Like, do you think the general public would appreciate that?
If we add like a gamification to the app, then with like a certain number of achievements unlocked, then you could get the Traps Johnson timer, and Traps Johnson shouts motivational platitudes at you during your rest periods.
Earn it and burn it.
I like chin-ups better than pull-ups because they're easier. Also, if you're able to do a bunch body weight, also feel free to add weight because that's how you're going to get better at them.
What are your best chin-up? How many body weight could you do?
Chin-ups, I'm not sure. I've tested pull-ups, overhand grip, and I've done 40. Weighted, I've been able to do 45 pounds for 6 reps. That's so hard after chin-ups.
So you get that skin split pump, brother.
Do a muscle worship pose.
And you flex afterward. This is why bodybuilders walk around like this, because I get super pumped.
Becky biceps.
You gotta turn.
And time.
Done.
That's about 40 minutes on the dot for upper body powerbuilding session.
Yeah, and it's a secondary like upper day, so it wasn't like, it was straight sets. It wasn't like top set.
But it's also the total upper body day, so pushing and pulling exercises. So you did 6 sets of bent over rows, 5 sets of bench.
3 sets of flat dumbbell press, 3 sets of laterals, 4 sets of chin-ups, 3 sets of hammer curls, 2 sets of skull crushers.
So 26 work sets.
Damn, that math, babe. I was having to use my fingers and toes. I was like 1, 2.
I was going full Allen and the hangover to do that math. 26 sets, 40 minutes. Enough time for, mix in a little banter about remotely controlled anal plugs, butt plugs, as they're called.
Yes.
And there we go.
Thank you guys so much for following along with my training today. If you want to get strong, you want to get spicy with me, don't forget to get the app, JuggernautAI.app.
Try it for 2 weeks free.